Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Monday, February 13th.
I don't think we do a good enough job in telling our story and having those documents public-facing.
Flagler County Administrator Heidi Petito tells WNZF as part of the county's commitment to transparency, they're rolling out a new feature on their website.
They're going to be able to see kind of like a benchmark or a report card where we're reporting. We're looking at some additional software that would allow them to tie in to our financials, and they can look up whatever they want. We're an open book.
Deputy County Administrator Jorge Salinas is working directly with the company to implement performance benchmarks.
We're going to be exposing our performance and how well we do with regards to the strategic plan. And also we're going to be looking at the second phase, which is also take all the strategic plans from the departments and also expose that as a dashboard and see how well we're doing. If we're not doing well, we'll be actually exposing that and letting the public know in areas that we need to do additional work on.
As the budget process kicks off, Petito also called for transparency and consistency around budgets and budget planning. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. The Flagler County Sheriff's Office is hoping some new information will generate leads in a cold case murder.
Some new information and facial approximation are now available to help solve a cold case homicide of an unidentified female from 1993. In January of 1993, two young boys were playing basketball at the end of their cul-de-sac on Sea Ship Place. Their basketball went into the woods, and when they went to retrieve it, they found skeletal remains under some brush. Forensic anthropologists from the University of Florida and medical examiner's office determined the white female had been deceased for approximately 2 to 3 years, was of Native descent, and approximately 25 to 35 years old. More from Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
We know that someone out there knows who this victim is and probably knows what happened to her. If you have this information and can identify her or give us any leads, contact the Sheriff's Office. You can send us a tip to tips@flaglersheriff.com.
Crime Stoppers of Northeast Florida is offering a reward of up to $5,000. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
A man is arrested following a standoff with Flagler County deputies in Palm Coast. Deputies were called to a home on Cute Court Saturday at 5 p.m. for a domestic dispute involving weapons. The woman who called police told them that Juan Nodars was in her home, had a gun, and had fired it at least once within the residence. Deputies got the woman out safely, but Nodars holed up inside the home with a gun in his hand, refusing orders to come out. Neighbors were asked to shelter in place while the standoff unfolded. When Nodars came out, deputies had to use non-lethal defensive weapons to take him into custody. He wasn't hurt. He faces charges of shooting into an occupied dwelling and is behind bars at the Flagler County Jail. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
19th District Representative Paul Renner recaps the recently concluded special session.
Renner, who is also Speaker of the Florida House, says one issue they tackled is also of national concern.
We addressed immigration, which I think everybody acknowledges is a problem. The federal government has totally abdicated their role to protect our borders. The governor has been strong on this issue, and we are opening up the aperture to make sure he has all the authorities he needs to protect us from illegal immigration.
They also took action to help hurricane victims.
With some additional money for cities and counties that are going to run out of money because of the devastation they experienced, to make sure they have a loan program from the state, a lifeline to keep them going until they get back up on their feet.
Preparations are underway for the 2023 regular session.
In my experience in politics since 2015, I've never seen as good in terms of the relationships that, as I perceive it, outsider looking in between the city and the county and the legislature. Certainly our relationship is great. So more to follow on that. Obviously our session kicks off March 7th, so we won't see a lot of bills on the floor really until then, but bills will be moving through committee, and then those appropriations will come much later in the process toward the end of session, late April, early May.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Rich Petchke.
February is National Children's Dental Health Month.
The Flagler Health Department says that most kids don't know how to take care of their teeth on their own, so
we show them how to brush their teeth, we show them the proper way to floss, we tell them what to eat, and we just like to educate them so that they want to take good care of their teeth and have a great smile and be happy with what they have.
Dr. Frances Bay, who's been the department's dentist for more than 2 decades, said that she likes seeing the kids who come to the dental clinic. Dental clinic operations manager Lisa Sanchez says that kids should see the dentist when they're young.
And if we set a positive experience at a young age and they continue to come back every 6 months, they start to look forward to coming back to us.
Sanchez said that the earlier they start, the healthier the smile. Flagler Health Matters is on WNZF Saturday mornings at 11:30, and it's on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, how to get in to see Dr. Bay. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.